Howdy folks, TJ here. I'm damn pretty excited. Friday's been pretty good so far. I've made a number of videos. I've had some fun playing next games. And my print job for the special, physical, probably one-off edition of my Invasion of the Cloud People game, the front cover and inside cover print job was available for me to go pick up this morning. And that is what I have in my hand. I'm going to chat about it for a little bit. It may not look much different to you because I printed on regular home paper before, but this is obviously glossy, and I'll actually take one out of the box I have back here. So let me give you some updates, and then we'll show you some kind of close-ups. So updates. Originally, if you've been watching and following this, I originally thought, okay, I'd make myself a physical edition, and then I put out a little note. Would other people be interested? Because at this point, if I'm going to print one, you might as well print 10 or 20 or something like that. So I thought, okay, 25. That's the magic number. That's probably all that will be interested in it. And then that number ended up going higher, so I started formulating in my mind, well, why don't we figure out a magic number that I'll use? That number is 54. Some of you know what that 54 is. Not many of you do, because I told you in the last future videos that I'm going to stop at showing people the front and back cover. I'm not going to show you the inside cover. I'm not going to show you all the other stuff inside. I want to make one big special, not a documentary, but a long-ass video that walks you through the whole, hey, here's the physical edition, here's what's going to come with it, because I want some of it to be surprises. Other than, if you're a Patreon or a YouTube member and you've been helping support the channel, I thought it would be proper to have behind-the-scenes stuff. So I've been feeding my Patreon site and YouTube members some little snippets, little videos, some of them a number of minutes long, that show you as I've been creating this physical edition. So you kind of feel what I'm feeling, going through all the emotions, seeing what I'm up to, and I'm going to continue that process. So after I turn off this camera, I'm going to show you the inside of this and something that I ordered through over the internets. Has been mailed to me, and it came in earlier this week. So I will chat about and show you that widget. I'll call it a widget for right now. I've also this week ordered 2 other widgets, because I'm throwing in a lot of stuff into this. I'm going to make it one special-ass big run, 54 for sure. After that, I may make a small run of everything but the kitchen sink, minus one thing. Probably what I'll do is, for little small quantities after the initial 54, I'm going to remove one of the said items because the 54 is special. It is the 54. I have a reason. I have a number, and we'll go over that as time progresses. But needless to say, I've got now 75 plastic cases. I ordered 25 originally from eBay. Okay, 54 people agreed. They said they'll probably, be buying it. So I went ahead and bought 50 more. Figuring if I have 75 plastic cases, I could cover my 54, and I'll have roughly 20 more thereafter that maybe over time, somebody might want a copy, and I can sell it to them and have fun time and just do it that way. So then I needed to order more SD cards because I had only ordered 25. So I thought, okay, it costs quite a bit of money to have shipments from overseas come. So why don't, instead of getting just 29 more to make the 54. Let me just go ahead and order 50 more. So I have the original 25 plus 50. So I have a total of 75, 4 gigabyte SD cards now. So I've got the main cases and SD cards on the ready. Print job, I only made 54 of this because, again, it's a special edition. And so I received that today. Pretty excited. What am I working on next? The booklet I'm basically done with, but I don't want to print the booklet until I receive from the next team the proper next files that I can put on the SD, because I want this to boot up from next ZXOS. And I haven't received that yet. I've been waiting for it, so hopefully I get that here in the near future, because I want to make sure it works. And then once I make sure it works and I know the names of all the files and all that, then I can finalize the booklet that's going to go in here. It's basically done, but I may need to tidy up a couple of things. So that's on the booklet. So I'll need to print the booklet. I still need to design that 3 1/4" by 1" label sticker that will go on the SD card. That's relatively easy. That shouldn't be take me too long, so I need to do that next. But then in the interim, with the help of, and I'm going to say thank you to Slappy Marsden, and I'll say a thank you to folks that have helped participate in me making this. For example, Jay Mundy has allowed me to put the PDF of the cool book that he created for me. That's going to be on this SD card. Everybody should know that by now, because I think I announced it. I think on the back of the thing, I said, if you notice in the text, it says I'm going to include the PDF. So you're going to get that. And then Slappy Marsden has been quite generous to some of us smaller YouTube channel members. He's made t-shirt designs, things of that nature. And just out of the blue, he typically, I don't know how he does it with the other 8-bitters like Papa Pete. I know he's sent some designs to him. I think he sent it to also Casey Nightall. Casey, you can tell me down below if he did that. But he's been very generous. And he sent me some ideas for upcoming another shirt. And I thought, well, that's going to be a nifty design to put on something I wanted to put in this physical set. So there'll be a little Slappy Marsden in here, a little Jay Mundy in here, but overall the design and the cloud person on the front cover and all that has been all just my little creation, my little world. And then I also have a couple of folks that have donated some cool pictures and stuff that I'm going to include in this. But I don't want to tell you what they are yet, because I think one of them is kind of unique. I've never seen another physical edition come with not one, but 2 that I'm probably going to include in there. And again, I have reasons for all this, and I'll splurge all that down the road. And then another thing, which is fairly common in physical editions, but I wanted to include it. So I'm waiting on those things. I ordered them. They're being printed. They're going to be mailed to me. I'm thinking I probably won't see them till the end of this month, early next month. And then when I get those, hopefully by then I've got the SD card done. At least get the file so I can start working on putting everything on the SD card. I've got a lot of work to do because there's something I got to create for the SD card. Patreons and YouTube members know what I'm up to because I posted it last week, and it's going to add some time in, to me getting them all done. But anyway, let me kind of show you. So this is basically the same as what you saw before, but this is now on pretty glossy paper, nice heavier stock. So the picture does pop a little bit more than what regular paper that I had there. So there's the front cover, looks cherry. Here's the side cover. All that should look relatively the same to you. Back cover, you bastards, all that should look relatively the same to you. I did tidy some things up, probably compared to the last time I showed this off. And then I would open it up and show you, everyone, but again, I'm keeping that for patrons because they're quite nice to me. It doesn't cost a lot to be a YouTube member or Patreon, so if you're enjoying this and want to help support the channel, there's some very low dollar amounts that you can help the channel, and you'll be able to see the behind-the-scenes stuff. So if you're into that type of thing, I'll put links down below to the Patreon site. If you like and do it by YouTube, there's a join button. Click on the join button. There's 3 different levels. You can choose the cheapest one if you want. Everybody pretty much gets the same thing. I just want everybody to have fun, participate, view, and so I can divvy out on YouTube member-only content, and I've been doing that for the last number of weeks now. It's been quite fun. So that's it, I think. So I've got 75 basically cases and SD card. Well, 75 cases I now have in my hands. 25 SD cards I've ordered. It's holiday over in China. I think it's about over. So nothing is, my second order of 50 hasn't shipped yet. I'm hoping I get those by the end of the month, early next month. So everything is going to kind of be timed around that. I'm really shooting for a spring release of this. Spring is many months, so I don't know exactly when in spring. Price is still up in the air, but if you read the original documents I put out about, the cost for everything, right now I'm still waffling on that, but everything's adding up. So more than likely it will be $25 for this plus whatever shipping is. If in the United States, it's relatively, I can send it first class. I'm probably going to splurge and get the corrugated boxes to protect these because I don't want them to be busted up the bupkis on their way out. Even though everybody's saying bubble wrap envelopes are probably fine. Again, I'll have to do a cost analysis and figure it out because I've been outputting a lot of money, and it's going to be a while before I see some of that back to at least pay for my costs. And then there's a little in there. Sure, there's a lot of time I've spent on making this. It went from me making one to hours and hours of creating and making and buying and putting together. And then I have to drive a half an hour eventually in the town and ship. It all takes time. So I do want to put a little bit in there for me as well. So it's either going to be $20 or $25. I'm not sure yet. Or maybe someplace in between. I kind of looked at everybody else's games that they're selling, in physical form. And like I said, I'm throwing a lot of little extra things in there. So I'm thinking $25 more than likely. But at the end, if I put my final thing on it, say, oh, it's a little cheaper than I thought it would be, then I may drop it down a little bit. But I don't think that's too much. Again, I'm making 54 copies, and that may be it for good. I do have some extra supplies. I may do a one-off later, but we'll see. So anyway, that's it. Hopefully you've been enjoying this. I'm enjoying it, and I'm so happy this came in because it looks good. It definitely looks a little bit better than regular paper. I got a nice heavier stock. The pictures pop a little bit more. And now I'm going to turn off this camera. I'm going to make a second video. I'm going to show you something I have hiding over there. I'm going to show you the inside cover, and I'm going to explain to you what I have over there so folks can see behind the scenes of what I'm up to. So thanks for watching. Happy weekend to you. Have a great day. Bye.